This is Dr. Jonathan Hansen, President of World Ministries International. I want to welcome you to the Warning television program. Today we're going to be talking about Jerusalem. In a couple minutes, we're actually going to go to Jerusalem, where I'll be doing an interview that was done January 23rd, 2017, in the home of Shai Hermesh. He's the chairman of the World Jewish Congress. Not only was it done in his home, it was done in his bomb shelter. Every home has a bomb shelter because when the siren goes off, you have 15 seconds to get into a bomb shelter or you could be killed. Now we're talking about when they gave back, Israel gave back the Gaza to the Muslims. It was supposed to then be in exchange for peace. That peace hasn't happened yet. And we need to pray for peace in Israel. We need to pray for the people of Israel. But Shai Hermesh, I really like this man. Also, I did an interview the very day in a military lookout tower, Shai and I, overlooking the Gaza Strip. And that is also a fascinating interview. The very next day, I was in the Knesset where I met with many different leaders in the Knesset. I also did a television interview in the Knesset, January 24, 2017, with Yehuda Glick. He's a man that was shot 4 times in the chest, point-blank range at Temple Mount. Let me tell you something. There is still a God, and he still does miracles. I also interviewed on that trip Mark Zell. He's a tremendous lawyer, an attorney. He's also the co-chairman of the Republican Party in Israel. I interviewed Jan Willem van der Hoven. Jan Willem, he's the chairman, director of the Christian Zionist Center. Now, I went to Israel primarily to attend the night to honor the Friends of Israel at the Waldorf Astoria, January 25, 2017. That was where I interviewed Robert Ilatov, member of the Knesset, right there in the Waldorf Astoria. They gave us a special room. But I also spoke at the Jerusalem Baptist Church. Tremendous meeting, January 22, 2017. Good people at the church, good pastor, Pastor Al. Let me tell you, I had a good time. Each and every day we were with different leaders, all of them believing in Israel, the sovereignty of Israel, all of them wanting to defend Israel. Rebecca Lewis Bremer, she's the chairman of Bridges for Peace. And let me tell you, she is doing a great job in Israel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you believe that Israel is the key to world peace. I believe that. I believe if we lose Israel, we lose world peace. So, ladies and gentlemen, we must do what we can to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Bueller, I was with him a short period of time. He's the leader of the International Christian Embassy, Jerusalem. And we have been friends. We're also on the board together of ICAL in America, a leadership board. But let's right now go to Israel, and you're going to see the interview with Shai Hermesh, chairman of the World Jewish Congress. This is Dr. Jonathan Hansen, president of World Ministries International, and I want to welcome you to the program Warning. Wherever you're watching me from the United States or around the world, welcome. I'm actually in Israel. I'm in the home of Shai Hermesh. He's the chairman of the World Jewish Congress. I actually met him in 2016 at the Night to Honor the Friends of Israel put on by the World Jewish Congress and the Knesset Christian Allies Caucus. And Shai and I have actually become friends. I'm in his home right now. In a moment, I'm going to let him tell you where we're at, but we are in a bomb shelter. That's right, a bomb shelter connected onto his house. Because again, they have 15 seconds if the siren goes off. We are less than a mile from the Gaza, and if the siren goes off, 15 seconds to find a bomb shelter, or again, you could be killed. They gave back Gaza, if you remember, and Hamas now is controlling Gaza Strip. They gave it back and they exchanged the hope for peace. Instead, in 5 years, they had 8,000 rocket attacks, bomb attacks. I've done television from Sderot. You've seen the problems that they're facing. I know the world many times likes to portray a wrong side of the story. But in actuality, Israel wants peace. They're doing everything they can for peace. And yet, beyond their control, the other side does not want peace. They want everything. Shai, welcome to the program Morning.
Hey, good morning, Jonathan. Welcome to my home.
Well, thank you.
We met a year ago.
We did.
And I invite you to share with me an hour here in a friendly family with you. And it's happened.
We're here.
We're here.
Now, Shai, this is a very influential man, I believe, in Israel. He fought in the Six-Day War. He fought in the Yom Kippur War. He fought in the Battle for Jerusalem. He's even been a mayor at one time in his political career. He was part of the Knesset from 2005 to 2013. He has a BA in economics and sociology. He has an MBA in business management and doctoral studies in Jewish history. That's just a little bit of his background. But Shai, you're, I believe, an important part of the process for peace in Israel. I know you want peace. We want peace. But we look to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and we pray for peace. But tell the world, where are we right now? Where am I? What kibbutz?
Okay. So let's start by explaining that we are in a kibbutz. Kibbutz is a system that cooperate
Okay.
a few dozen, sometimes few hundred families.
Yes.
Sharing equal rights in the same property, in the production property.
Okay.
The kibbutz have been changed along the years from a very, I would say, a socialistic community
Okay.
that was 60, 70, 80 years ago.
Yes, yes.
Become more privatized now, which enable members of the kibbutz to express themselves by their own. It means if someone would like to study, is able to study, someone would like to work in the community, can work in the community, would like to work out of the community, work out of the community, but we share equal. All the production means, which means the field, the cow, the chicken, the factory, everything is equal
Yes.
between all of us.
Yes.
It does not depend what is your job, how skilled are you, what's your career. Me, as I made career in the parliament, in the municipality, in the Jewish agency, everywhere, I'm equal to my neighbor who was working in the cow shed here for 25 years, so just in the front of door to door.
So there's true equality.
Really to equality, but now it's enabled people to fulfill their, I would say, dreams
Okay.
and their needs, which make a little more freedom in the community, but still it's a community that takes responsibility for her members. Let's give for an example, if someone is very sick, so the whole community takes responsibility for the family, for the children. He's not suffering from any problem, from economical problem, financial problem. He is concentrated dealing with his problem, and the community around is supporting and giving hand. That's a welfare society or more than welfare society. An example for what we're talking about in the free world, that everyone is for himself. We are still taking care and I would say responsibility each for the other. So that's kibbutz as a concept now, 2016. What's make kibbutz Kfar Aza relatively unique is the location.
Okay.
Kibbutz Kfar Aza is location of the confrontation line in Gaza, which means the room, the sheltered room where we are now sitting and talking, is located less than 1 mile from the refugees camp from Gaza, and the distance between the refugees camp or the border and our kibbutz is the field that we cultivate till the last meter. We don't give up under any circumstances, we take care on our field, we irrigate, we cultivate, we pick the fruit, we do everything which need, as if we are located in a very peaceful area, I don't know where in the United States, which we are not. The last 3 years, the last 8 years, we faced three, I would say, very intensive clashes with the Hamas.
Wow.
First one was in 2008, the second one was 2011, and the third one was the more difficult one was in 2013.
2008, 11, and 13.
Now 2013 was the most intensive one. We should evacuate all the civilians from the area here because the yard of the kibbutz have been attacked day and night by rocket and mortar shells, heavy mortar shells, 120 millimeter mortar shells with professional mortar shells in order to blow up every bunker.
My.
So when we face it, we decide it's no any excuse to take the children and the women and the rest of the elderly people will take any risk. We simply evacuated them 200 kilometers to the north, and for longer than 2 months, they've been out of home. We've been here to take care on the yard, on the kibbutz, on the property. And in nowadays, when every event is in 10 seconds in the WhatsApp, in the media, in the television, in the radio, in everything, you should take in consideration what does it mean that your family is far away.
Yes.
And you're here.
Yes.
And when something happens, it means that every half an hour, every hour, you would face an alert. Immediately start telephones. Everything is okay. Are you okay? Are the apartment okay? Are the kibbutz okay? The families left the kibbutz for, as I told you, 2 months. When they return back, you should expect that the parents say enough is enough. We suffered enough. Okay, we return now back home because we are not prepared to move to any other places.
Yes.
But we start preparation to leave. That was my nightmare. My nightmare, I thought the kibbutz is going to be evacuated, the kibbutz is going to be destroyed, because people say enough is enough. One time 2008, one time 2011, the hardest time in 2013. And it's not going to be finished because the Hamas is there, hostility is there, the threat still exists, security problem will follow us day and night, children are under trauma and post-trauma. And in a normal place with normal people, you should say, okay, they face the situation, they try, they failed, and they prefer to protect the life of the children.
Yes.
The reality is totally different. There are a long list of over 30 families, young families and children who are on a waiting list to come back to the kibbutz.
Okay.
All along the border here, the kibbutzim is now full booked. There's no one vacant room.
Wow.
Why? And the question is why? And the why, I would say, I try to find and explain. People come to visit my kibbutz and say, tell me, what are you doing here? It's dangerous. One of our members of kibbutz 7 years ago lost his life by a rocket. What's the idea? So I told them, first of all, it's our home.
Yes.
It's our home.
Yes.
And you don't live in home. It's not just an apartment in Tel Aviv that you live on Dizengoff Street and you can move to Everett Street. We built it, I'm here for 51 years. I was born in Tel Aviv.
Yes.
I could stay in Tel Aviv. My father was a member of the bus cooperative in Tel Aviv, and we live quite in a decent standard of life. And we moved here according to the call of David Ben-Gurion, the first Prime Minister of Israel, who called the youngsters on my time, on the 60s and the 70s, you should fulfill your commitment to the state of Israel and to build the state of Israel by living in the Negev and the Galil. Galil is the northern part of Israel, along the border.
Yes.
That was the mission.
Wow.
We believe in it. We have done it 51 years ago. In the meantime, I married my wife, Chava, and we brought 5 children.
Yeah, you have 4 boys and a girl.
4 boys and a girl, right. The girl was the last one. We didn't give up. We say until...
Wow.
According to the instruction of the rabbis, they say you should have from both sides.
Wow.
No, we are not religious, but... So we are here. Kibbutz Kfar Aza is relatively in a good position economic. We are shareholders. We are major shareholders of a public company that are in the business of compounding of polymers. We have one branch here, one branch in Germany, one branch in Canada, in Vancouver, and one branch in China. It's a public company. 65% of the shares belong to all of us equally.
Yes,
Equally.
yes.
There's no one who have more than and that's a kibbutz. And the rest belong to the public in Israel.
Wow.
So, as we say, we can complain and cry and scream and say it's terrible, it's awful. No, we stay here. We believe in the future of the kibbutz. We believe in the future of life along the border. We pray for peace, and we believe God will bring it to us one day, and peace will come.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I am 1 mile from the Gaza. Actually, today, Shai and I were as close as 200 yards. But there's bomb shelters everywhere you go because they have 15 seconds when they hear a siren to get inside a bomb shelter. They were promised peace in exchange for land. That has not happened. So, ladies and gentlemen, we must understand these things. Everywhere I go, I only saw 3 soldiers. That's it, period. What I saw was farmers and children and families and a grocery store and a park and a tractor and not tanks but a tractor. So they have their fences and they do what they can. Him and I were actually Shai and I were actually inside of a tower. You'll see that right now. We were inside of a tower where we could see Gaza, but they're doing what they can do. They're not oppressing the people in Gaza. They're doing what they do, but they want to live in peace, and they're coming under constant attack. Like you said, major attack in 2008, 11, and 13. So I want you to understand the real story. People want to live in peace, and they are living as much in peace as they can. And so they're not the oppressors, they're the victims. But they're trying to live and just enjoy life like every person. It should be under God. Shai?
I would say that it's not so easy, especially for the children, because taking consideration we are under, I will call it a Trojan war, since 2002.
Okay.
15 years. Of course, it's a break. It's not a daily. You visit with me the yard, the kibbutz, the fields, the farm. We are not now in a situation that we are expecting now to be attacked. It's kind of, I would call it ceasefire. And the question is how long time ceasefire exists.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes it exists 3 years, sometimes it exists 2 years, and sometimes it can happen in a moment. And the one who pay the heavy price for that is the children. And what's the majority of the children here are under post-trauma. You don't feel it every day, you don't feel it every moment, but children who knows that they are walking on a path from the children garden at home, and you have seen every 150 meters, there's a sheltered room on the road, and you know 150 meters is the distance they can reach in 15 seconds. Now, is there any children around the world, they have such a childhood that they know from day one that when there's a siren, they should escape to a shelter. It's right, it's a sheltered room, but it's abnormal. It's abnormal. So
right.
we invest a lot of effort by psychologists, social workers, in order to take care of the children. Such a situation happened in Israel immediately after the Six-Day War in 1967. It's happened not here, it's happened on the northern part of the Jordan Valley.
Yes.
And I met a woman, which is now 65. On that time, she was 8 years old. They've been living in an underground shelter. Not like that system, in an underground shelter for 18 months. Because the war there was daily for 18 months, until then it stopped with Jordan. It told me, until now, when there's a knock on the door, I jump.
Wow.
It's 50 years.
Wow.
And she's 68. Okay, she's not a young girl anymore. She said, it's built in your body. It's noise. So it means there is damages, there's casualties, in spite of the fact that we try to make life as friendly, easy, happy. And we've seen it in the.
I
in
saw
the,
it today.
in the, I took you especially to see the children because many children are here, many babies are. I told you just now in the last month is the baby boom here. More than 8 to 10 babies just in 1 month.
My.
And that's make the life very, I would say, very happy, and people are happy. But we always look to the West, and we know that it could happen in a moment.
That's right. That's right.
So on one side, we try to live normal life because children deserve normal life. Adult people deserve also a normal life. We deserve normal life. We are not
Yes,
soldiers.
yes.
I've been in the reserve of the army for 25 years. I took part in 3 battles, but enough is enough. Now I'm a civilian.
That's right.
So the way of, on one leg, is the security and the problems of Hamas. On the other end, the desire of children and adults to have the life as a normal life is so strong that we just 2.5 years from now, after the last operation, and look around, it's all looks relaxed, people are smiling, children and babies are playing, the children are, the farmers with the tractor on the border. The picture you took from the farmer there
Yes.
is 150 meters from the border.
Wow.
We're working, we try, maybe we ignore deep inside the problem, say we don't think about it. But in the very end, there's an impact.
Yes.
Don't become misconfused.
Yes.
It's an impact because you look down and you listen. And there's a knock on the door. Maybe it's an alert. But the power and the courage of the Israeli people and the courage of the people who are living on the confrontation line, they say that's our partner, and my answer is very easy. That's my home.
That's my home, yeah.
I was born in Tel Aviv. My home is in Kfar Aza.
Wow. Wow. Once again, we're coming from Israel right now. I'm with Shai Hermesh, the chairman of the World Jewish Congress. And if you were in the beginning of this program, you know his pedigree, his history, and been in the Knesset and fought in some of the wars. And I'll tell you what, just a fine leader in this nation. They're trying to live in peace right here, 1 mile from the Gaza. And I was with him today. We're actually doing this interview inside his home in his bomb shelter. Every home has a bomb shelter, a room attached to it, because they have 15 seconds if the siren goes off to get inside the bomb shelter where they'll be safe. He talked about the stress that the children are suffering from. I've done about 6 television programs since Dorot in the past 3, 4, 5 years, and we're trying to bring a dental clinic because there is major health problems, teeth that the people are suffering from because of the stress, post-stress syndrome. And so what he's saying is very true. If a siren goes off in the bed, baby jumps. And I'll tell you what, we need to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. We need to pray for Israel. We believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we know that Israel is the best friend that America has. And these 2 nations, I believe, if they would ever fall, the world falls. And the world is under tyranny. I believe that with all my heart. So ladies and gentlemen, you pray for Israel and you back Israel. Shai, I'm so glad that we were able to do this program today. I'm so glad that...
in a relaxed situation.
Yes, and you gave me that good, the type of coffee you drink.
Oh,
it was good.
With a cheesecake.
And it was kosher.
Kosher, yes.
Okay. God bless you.
Thanks so much, Jonathan. And God will give you the power to encourage Israel and to promote our call for peace around the world.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thanks so much.
Coming from Israel, God bless you. I'll see you next time.
The Warning Television and radio programs are means by which Dr. Jonathan Hansen, through World Ministries International, WMI, endeavor to prepare God's people, governments, and society for the soon-coming day of Christ the Lord. Dr. Hansen's free monthly newsletter is another means by which this is done. This is sent out in paper hard copy as well as in digital email formats. You can telephone 360-629-5248 360-629-5248 to request your subscription today, or visit www.worldministries.org. That is www.worldministries.org, and click on the Contact Us link. WMI is a 100% partner-supported ministry. It is through tithes, missions love offerings, and donations given to WMI that Dr. Hansen is able to share the warning message to church leadership, political leaders, and society as a whole. World Ministries International needs the committed support of people who see the increasing relevance of the warning message to be shared in this time we are in. Are you a prayer warrior with an intercessor's anointing and have a burden for Dr. Jonathan Hansen and World Ministries International? If so, we need to hear from you so that we can unite together in strategy and prayer. Telephone 360-629-5248, 360-629-5248, and request to become a member of the Soldiers of the Cross prayer team. Or visit www.worldministries.org and sign up to be a member of Soldiers of the Cross through the prayer and intercessor links on the website. The Lord told Dr. Hansen that there are 200,000 supporting newsletter recipients and 2,000 supporting intercessors in every nation that are there to join in the battle and sounding the alarm to the people and nations. Please join the ranks of those who seek to fight on behalf of the truths of God's Word with the prosperity, liberty, and freedoms it brings. For any monthly commitment of $25 or more, a partner will receive Dr. Hansen's monthly newsletter and 1 week's warning radio message on CD or cassette tape. For any monthly commitment of $100 or more, a partner will receive 4 of Dr. Hansen's warning television programs on DVD, in addition to the warning radio program on CD and the monthly newsletter. Please understand that no materials sent by Dr. Jonathan Hansen and WMI are distributed as a result of a purchase, but are shared with recipients as Dr. Hansen's way of saying thank you for your support. You can support WMI by using Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover by dialing 360-629-5248, 360-629-5248. Again, dial 360-629-5248. You can send a check or money order in U.S. dollars to World Ministries International, P.O. Box 277, Stanwood, Washington, 98292. Again, that's World Ministries International, P.O. Box 277, Stanwood, Washington, 98292. Shalom, and may the Lord richly bless you.